set yourself up to where you feel like you have to meet expectations, and you give yourself these expectations and you hit these expectations. And it's like, I've gotten to a point in my life where it's like, I've done for everybody else. I've helped everybody else. I've made sure that my village is good. I've made sure that my community is straight. I've achieved the things that I want to achieve. I've surpassed the things that people maybe thought I couldn't surpass. And after a while, you put expectation on yourself, or you have this brand or image that people have an expectation of you, and you fall into that. And there just comes a point in time where you have to like take a step back and be like, it's my time.
Yeah, I just want to live
what I want to do.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I'm nobody's role model. I'm not here to be somebody's role model. If that's what falls into it, great. But it's like, at the end of the day, you have to take the moment to be like, I'm going to be selfish and it's my time. And you step into it, I think, as women differently at different times of your life. But there does come a time, I think, where you just hit a point where you're like, I've done for everybody else. And it's time for me to focus on me.
Absolutely. And if you're watching this video as a woman, and especially a Black woman, I encourage you to step into that now, because don't wait until you're burnt out and depleted and traumatized.
It's the burnout part, that because by the time you're burned out, you don't even have the energy to pour into yourself to make yourself better, because now you've already emotionally and mentally exhausted yourself.
And I think people don't understand that being burnt out is a sickness. Like the state, you are not unwell. You are not well. It puts you in a state that is unwell. You are mentally and spiritually unwell. And even if your body is still kicking, if you're not feeling good on the inside, you are at dis-ease. You are in a state of dis-ease. And being burnt out and stressed out and chronically stressed and tired all the time and living in survival mode, that is a dis-ease. You know what I'm saying? And so please, what you're saying is true. Every woman has the opportunity to opt in to her Esther year. And what that means is radical self-care. Don't mind my little pimple thing on my face.
Like, take
whatever.
The PTO,
yes.
Plug off, like, do what you gotta do. Everyone's situations are different.
Yes.
Some people have children, some people have husbands, some people have families, some people have they have to take care of other people, but you have to find a thing that puts you in a space to say, this is for me and my time. And the first start of burnout, to reverse burnout, because I think we're always in it as women, especially Black women, we're always in it because we're always pouring into others and pouring into our community and nourishing other people, is
and that's
find
what we
what's
have
for you.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we need to denormalize burnout, because that is not a normal state of being. It's not for Black women that should not be a baseline being. Oh, I'm tired, but I'm in service. Yes, you can still serve your community from an authentic and rested and spacious place of being. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like saying yes to yourself and getting to a place where you are like intentionally doing things that feel good, intentionally being someone that makes you feel good, intentionally going places that make you feel good. That is a very big part of healing from chronic burnout, for real. Like, it's absolutely necessary.
I think that's necessary, but I think the biggest thing for chronic burnout to start, and it's so simple, just say no to something that you don't want to do that you would normally say yes. And I think the first start of self-care to getting to the point of it's my time, it's for me, is learning how to say no. And like,
because that's self-care.
And I stepped into that like a year and a half ago. No, I don't want to go to that event. No, I don't want to come. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to be around that person just because that person likes to be around this person. And I think just saying no, and then also understanding that the no helps you release the FOMO.
To be honest,
because then you're not fearing of missing out on anything.
I'm gonna keep it a bean, sis. That's probably one of the most important steps to creating a relationship of love with yourself, is truly honoring your truth. Yes, honoring your no's and honoring your yes. Because there's so many, and this is so real, there's so many times when people don't want to do something and they do it not because they just love the other person so much. It does not come from the heart, but it comes from the fear of being regarded as someone who is unacceptable in some way, someone who is flaky, someone who is selfish, someone who is this, who is that. The fear of being looked at in a negative way.
And I think it's also what you think that person has an expectation of you, or what you think others think of you.
Yeah, because a lot of times it don't even be the other person's expectation. They're not thinking about it like that. A lot of times it's a projection of what we feel the other person might think. And that's all a projection of self. So it's like, Did your friend tell you that if you don't show up to this thing that you're not a good friend? Did they say that? No. But that's the pressure that we put on ourselves. Man, I gotta come. If I don't come, she's gonna think I'm not a good friend. I don't support. But is that the case?
I think the strongest thing that I've ever
That's real.
accomplished in my current health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, is being authentic to my inner self.
Good blessing.
Because when I finally started saying no to things, I became balanced and I became so much more aligned with who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Because just saying yes to anything, it was like I'm showing up, I'm exhausted.
Listen.
My central nervous system's all over the place. I'm panicked with anxiety. To where now it's not a we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrice, you want to go? No. And people look at me like, damn, Patrice, no, I don't want to go. Why not? Because that's just not my ministry that I want to be here right now.
Because it's not my ministry. Listen, what I say is it's not good for my nervous system.
Yeah, like somebody was like, oh, Patrice, you want to go to this concert? No, I don't like concerts. Oh, well, we're all going. Y'all have fun.
Have fun.
And they're looking at me like, are you serious? I'm dead ass.
Honestly.
Or even restaurants, oh, I don't eat that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all getting together. Okay,
Absolutely.
we'll get together somewhere else. I don't eat there. I don't want to go there.
Absolutely.
And I think the more boundaries that you put, the happier you end up being with yourself. And then next point would be, once you start doing that, you see who's really in your village, and you see who really rocks with you for you, and not for the transactional relationships that you have.
Talk about it.
So you start to find, when you start to say no, and you start to really live for yourself and give and find out what you pour into yourself. My time is the gym. My time is reading. My time is just taking in and sitting on my back porch. That's my time. And I enjoy that. And as I did that, and as I isolated myself, and I think isolation is a positive thing. A lot of people look at it negatively. But as I isolated myself in the authenticity of who I wanted to be, I started finding out the people that were there for Patrice because they love Patrice, and then the people that were there because they found a transactional gain.
Yeah.
And
alignment.
Alignment came
alignment.
With. It's I can be on my back porch and FaceTime you, and we keying, and that's the relationship, and we're cool, and it's all great. I don't have to be out in the streets with you, or I don't have to be giving you my network or setting you up all the time. So the more you say no, and the more you tap in with yourself to align, being authentic to you. Other people can find you authentic, but being authentic to you.
That's that part.
You know what I mean? To you.
Being authentic to you. And I honestly feel, yes, that in itself, that is the key to happiness. If you are feeling miserable with your life, then I invite you to explore the ways that you are betraying yourself in your own life, because I guarantee you 99.9% of the reason of your misery is that you are in betrayal. You are living in self-betrayal, and it's not something to be ashamed of. It is an amazing opportunity to be aware and to make changes so that you can live in alignment with who you are, because that is where peace, happiness, and joy, I'm trying to tell you. And to be honest, earlier when we were talking about my sentiments towards parenthood,
you can't protect your peace if you don't know who you are authentically.
You can't, because you're not even that. You're at war with yourself. You're at war with yourself. You can't protect your peace from someone else when you're at war with yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that is.
But what did we say earlier? A lot of people are content with being at war with themselves.
Because in order to, instead of making peace, you know what I mean? A lot of people want to fight, and it's unfortunate. But the good thing is, it's a matter of awareness, yo. Because once you realize where that tendency comes from and why you would choose that, you can understand, okay, I get why I chose that, but I can understand how this makes absolutely no sense. This is completely counterproductive to who and how I want to be. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal here. That's where I come in. That's where the coaching, that's where Survival the Sovereign comes in. You feel me? That's where we get deeper in and we understand, okay, why are you choosing this? And does this actually make sense? And is this actually in alignment with what you want in your life? You feel me? It's all about awareness. And the good thing is we have the opportunity to be aware. But there's a lot of people who are living in self-betrayal and project. And that's why I made a little story earlier today. And I was like, stop setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm and then getting mad at other people when you get burnt. This is what that is. Stop betraying yourself to appease other people and then getting mad when you don't feel fulfilled and satisfied, and getting mad when you don't feel taken care of, getting mad when you feel depleted. Stop giving yourself away and neglecting yourself for other people and then getting mad when you feel empty and depleted. Fill your cup. We all have permission to fill our cup. And how we fill our cup. Let me keep going. So no time is of the essence.
Yes.
I feel you. I see you looking kind of tense, like. But the thing is, we have permission to fill our cup, and it doesn't mean a grand thing. It doesn't mean making large expenses or large purchases and going on the top luxurious vacations. You could if that's within your means, but if it's not within your means and doing that, who are you trying to impress? Because if you come back and you dealing with financial stress, that's counterproductive. You didn't do that to secure your peace. You did that to make a point. And we get it, but that's not where we're going with it. That's not where we want to go. So at the end of the day, I think what you said with stay true to yourself, that's really how you can be in any location, any environment, around any people, and still be in heaven. Still be feeling great. Still be in a peaceful I'm telling you, like that's the key to a peaceful life. Because it's not always about people that had drama on the outside. Chances are there's drama that started that. There was drama that was bubbling on the inside and it just manifested on the outside. I honestly feel like a very big key to living a peaceful, happy life is just being true to yourself. Like you said, say no to the thing. Honor your no's and honor your yeses. Honor your no, so that when it's a yes, it's coming from the heart, it's genuine, and it feels good. And there's no expectation for a return. There's no expectation for a transaction. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we show up for people with a transactional mindset. Let me do this for her so that she don't think I'm a flaky friend, so that when I turn around, I can ask for something. As opposed to, let me just do this for her because I'm happy and I want this to benefit. You know what I mean? There's a completely different intention. And I think that once we get into a point where we feel secure in our own truth and who we are as people, then there's no need for that transaction with other people. Like, you really just engage other people out of genuine intent, because you don't need nothing from nobody else. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that's not to say we don't need help, we don't need community, we don't need this and we don't need that. But that's different. But I don't need to engage another person for them to fulfill a self-validating need for me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need to engage people in a certain way to feel validated within myself or for them to validate me. So that, because a lot of the things that we do on a very subconscious level is because of that. It's somebody's birthday. You really don't even talk to them like that, but you want to buy them a gift because you don't want to be looked at as... You understand what I'm saying? Times is hard, but let me not buy a cheap gift because I don't want her to say I'm cheap, or I don't want them to say this and that. How many times do we make decisions because of that?
Maybe it was your real friend though. It's really about the quality time and showing up.
That's it. It's the thought that counts.
So that my friend and I, like, yeah, we buy for each other, but it's the goodness of our heart. There's never a time where it's, oh, I gotta buy this $400 gift, or I gotta buy this $600.
Or I'm gonna look bad.
No, it's, oh, you're showing up? Okay. There's been times where friends have shown up, they're like, I don't got it. Okay, I got you.
That's it.
And it might be my day. It might be my day, but they're like, I can get there, but I don't got it.
And that's how it's genuine. I'm telling you, it feels so much better.
Because if you can be transparent with somebody in a vulnerable state like that in your friendship, yeah, that's a keeper.
That's a keeper. But I think we invite that in by being transparent with people. Like, if you don't got it, you don't got it.
Because if you're going to be judgy with somebody like that, then...
Yeah. Right. And like you said, sis, the reason why we even get to that point is because you're judging yourself. Yeah. It don't even be the other person that's judging you. It's always something
within yourself with a reflection of what someone should.
Come on now. Because 9 times out of 10, the other person wouldn't even be tripping like that. But it's the self-judgment that's, oh, this is not good enough. Now I got to change it to make it something that seems good enough. So let's unlearn that. Wow. That in itself removes a whole bunch of weight.
And stop being everybody's your friend.
Yeah, stop thinking everybody's your friend.
Some people are your acquaintances and constituents. That's a whole other story. That's a whole other day.
That's a whole other shot talk.
You got more time. That's a whole other day.
Ooh, have mercy. But yes, thank you for watching, family. If you take anything away from this, my beautiful Black sisters, I encourage you to just really pour into yourself. Really pamper yourself. Give yourself permission. And even if that pampering is just saying no when you want to say no, and saying yes when you want to say yes, regardless of what other people think or what it looks like or whatever, like regardless, if that's how you feel on the inside, honor that. Practice self-care by honoring that. I think that's the most fulfilling form of self-care you can even do. Forget the trips, forget the nails, forget the purses, forget all of that. Practice honoring your truth. That right there will fill your cup more than anything ever could. Thank you for watching, fam. I love you. Peace.